So fundamental Pilates mat class today. We're focusing on trunk and hips. We'll get some good shoulder blade work in there, okay? Please listen to your bodies. Don't push past through any pain, okay? So let's all have a seat at the front end of our mat, okay? And we want our feet about hip width distance apart, all right? Maybe about 1.5 2 feet away from our sit bones here. And let's grab behind our legs, okay? And we'll use our arms to help build our spine upright here, okay? So we'll close our eyes and we'll focus for a moment on our abdominal breath work here, okay? So breathing into the sides of our rib cage, we create that lateral expansion. It's an inhale in through the nose. Again, breathing into the sides, we can feel the chest kind of open, the shoulder blades reaching out and wide. And on our exhale, we draw those ribs inwards, along with pulling the navel in towards the spine, okay? So trying not to round forward at the shoulders or chest, keeping the body upright, inhaling again, into the sides of the ribs, keeping the chest open, tall through our spine, again, exhaling, pulling everything inwards, okay? Now, take another deep breath in, inhaling in through the nose. And on our exhale, let's start to round the spine by tucking our pelvis under. So really focus on hollowing through your abdominals here. We pull the navel inwards, the pelvis scoops under, and we create this curvature in the spine. From there, we inhale, we sit up tall, okay? And then again, we exhale to round. So very much like a cat stretch on our hands and knees, only here we are seated, okay? Once again, focusing on those abdominals working to round the spine. And inhaling to sit up tall, maybe feeling a little bit more length after each repetition here. We exhale, we pull in with our abs. The spine rounds, we get that curvature, okay? And inhale, we build the body back up. Now this time, exhale, let's start to tuck the pelvis under and let's start to roll the body backwards, okay? So we take the body back, the arms begin to lengthen. So maximize that tuck in your pelvis here. Trying your best to keep your feet on the floor. The low back makes contact with the mat. We inhale and we exhale to pull in with our abdominals. You can use your arms as an assist here to roll your body back up to where your shoulders stack above your hips. And then we sit back up right on the inhale, okay? Exhale, the pelvis scoops under. The spine rounds. We start to roll the body back. That low back makes contact with the mat just to where the back low spine touches. Inhale, exhale to roll back forward. Shoulders in line with the hips. Stacking the body back up again. Exhale, a couple more here. We round, okay? Pelvis scoops under. Get that curvature. Flexing the low spine in the mat. We breathe in. Exhale, pulling in with your abs, rolling forward. Stacking back up, inhale. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, let's round and roll. All right. Getting that tuck, really maximizing that curvature. The low back touches the floor. We breathe in, and then it's an exhale to roll forward. Okay, now you can take your hands to the front of your shins here. We'll push into those shins and let's sit up tall, sitting up tall here, okay? Now hold. Let's take the arms long. They go parallel to the floor. Deep breath. Exhale, we roll back to where we were. So really focusing on rolling each vertebra back into the mat. Now stay lifted here at the bottom. Okay, keep your feet in contact with the floor. The chest stays lifted. Take a breath in. Now exhale, pulse the chest forward an inch. And then inhale the chest back an inch. Exhale, pull in with those abs. We flex the spine just a little deeper. And then we inhale back. Again, exhale, flexing forward. Inhale back, just little inch-sized pulses here in the spine. One more. Exhale, lift, lift, lift. And then inhale the head, neck, and chest all the way down. And you can bend your knees so those heels line up with your sit bones. So feet will stay hip width distance apart, 8 or so inches away. So heels 8 inches from our sit bones here. Our chest is open, hands by our sides, and we're neutral in our spine. We're not tucking the pelvis under. We're not arching the low back. We're in that in between. Now, keeping that position, keeping the abs in, let's inhale to take the right knee out to the side. Okay, we inhale the knee out to the side. We exhale that knee back. Okay, now we inhale the left knee out to the side. It's an inhale. Exhale that knee back to center. So focus on keeping your abs active. All right, the pelvis and spine stay still, keeping our neutral alignment, taking one knee out to the side, exhaling to return, inhale. The other knee out to the side, exhale to return. So we're breathing deep into our core. We're focusing on our alignment. We're not losing, all right, our pelvic position. It remains stable and still. In and exhale. We'll go one more right leg. Inhale, inhale. Exhale that right knee back. Last one, left leg. We take the knee out. Those abdominals are working hard. We're keeping that contraction, pulling the navel inwards to maintain that stability. Now reset your feet. Hands can go back down by your sides. We inhale. Now exhale, pull in with your abs. Again, let's start to tuck the hips under, flatten the low back into the mat, and let's elevate the hips up into our first bridge. So we use our legs, those glutes, those hamstrings, they activate. We keep the rib cage down, elevating the hips. Glutes and hamstrings are active. We hold here for a breath in, deep breath. Keeping that tuck, we exhale to roll the spine down, okay? So working each vertebra into the mat. We roll the spine down one piece at a time. Okay, so keeping that, excuse me, keeping that tuck, really flattening the spine into the floor, and then finding neutral, okay? So rock your pelvis to neutral, we breathe in, and again, exhale, really try to isolate the tilt, the tuck in the pelvis with those abdominals. It's those abdominals that work to flatten the low back into the mat there, and you begin to elevate the glutes, the hamstrings. They work together to maximize the tuck, okay? Those glutes elevate the hips. Don't let your knees splay out to the sides either, okay? Breathing in at the top, we inhale. Keeping that bridge, keeping that tuck. Exhale to roll the spine down, right? Working each vertebra into the mat. Rolling the spine down one piece at a time. Finding neutral, we inhale. Rocking your pelvis back. Again, exhale, imprinting. Flattening, elevating. Keeping that tuck. Working each piece of the spine up. Elevating, elevating, elevating. All right, we get a stretch in the spine here, keeping that tuck. Hold for an inhale. And exhale, we roll down. We'll do that one more time, okay? Still warming up the spine, getting some good movement here. Working each piece of the spine into the floor, and then finding neutral. Inhale, last time. Exhale, pulling the navel inwards, flattening, keeping the rib cage down, trying not to arch the upper back. We elevate, keeping that tuck consistent. The chest stays open, hands down by our sides. We hold, inhale, it's a deep breath in. Exhale to roll the spine back down. Rolling each vertebra into the floor, maximizing that tuck. That low spine really works into the mat, and then finding neutral. Let's all float our hands above our shoulders, palms face each other here, and let's crawl our feet and knees together, all right? Now, Reach your arms out to a T. Let's take our knees to the right. Okay, so the knees travel to the right. That left shoulder stays on the mat. We exhale to pull in with your obliques. We return to center here, okay? So take the knees to the left. That right shoulder stays on the mat. That right hip lifts up off the floor. And then we exhale to pull in with our obliques, okay? We return to center. So those abdominals get some work here. They work in rotating the spine. The knees travel to the right. And then exhale, pulling in with your obliques. We return to center. So we alternate sides. Inhaling, inhaling. Exhale, using those obliques. Rotate back. Okay, keep those shoulder blades on the floor. We maintain that connection throughout. Take the knees to the right, pulling in with your obliques. We return, we take our knees to the left. Okay, drawing that line across the ceiling. We exhale, pulling back. We return. Let's go one more to the right. Inhale over. Exhaling back. Pull the navel inwards. Getting that clean rotation through the spine. The knees travel to the left. It's an inhale. Exhale, pulling back to center here. Now hold in center. Let's all interlace our fingers behind our head here. Okay. So head weight resting in our hands, elbows in our peripheral vision, feet and knees together. Let's take a breath in. Now exhale, pull in with your abs. Let's lift our head, neck, and chest up. Okay. So we get this fold in the spine. The elbows are just in our peripheral vision. We can barely see them. We hold, inhale at the top. And then exhale to lower down. Doing our best to not tuck our pelvis under either. All right, we inhale to prepare. Exhale, the head, neck, and chest lifts up. Okay, hold, pause at the top. We breathe in. And exhale, we lower back down. Okay, again, inhale to prepare. Exhale, pulling in with our abs. The head, neck, and chest lifts. We get that flexion. Holding there, breathing in at the top, and exhale to lower down. So really think of the navel pulling inwards towards the spine. We breathe in, exhale, head, neck, and chest lifts. We lift, we lift. We hold, inhale, deep breath in, and exhale back down, okay? Adding on to this chest lift, all right? Inhale, exhale, the head, neck, and chest lifts. Again, really think of that head weight resting in your hands. Pause, let's grab our legs. So take your hands, let's grab behind those knees. We'll use our arms to fold us up just a little deeper. So we get a little extra height in our chest lift. Now keep that height. We inhale, take the hands back behind your head, stay lifted, nothing else moves. And then exhale to lower back down. Again, it's an inhale to prepare. Exhale, pulling the navel inwards. We lift, we lift. We lift. Let's reach for our legs. We grab our legs using our arms once again, coming up a little higher. Okay. Eye gaze straight forward. Keep that height. Don't lose that height. We inhale, stay lifted. Take the hands back and exhale to lower back down. Okay. Now adding on again. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Head, neck, and chest will lift up. Okay. Getting that height. Let's grab our legs again. Coming up a little higher, okay? So now keep that height, keep that position. Inhale, take the hands behind your head, stay lifted, exhale, lift the right leg, tabletop. All right, now inhale, stay lifted, set that foot down, exhale, the left leg to tabletop. Inhale, that foot sets down, exhale, lifting the right leg up. Okay, maintain this chest lift position. Exhale to lift up. All right. One more right leg. One more left leg. Nothing else moves. Exhale, we pull. Take the foot down. Now reach for your legs again. Come up a little higher. Keeping the chest lift. Let's bring the hands back behind your head. We inhale. Exhale, lift the right leg to tabletop again. Now we rotate the upper spine to the right. Let's grab both arms to that right leg. So I got my right hand behind my
right knee, my left hand on top of my right shin here. So I'm twisted slightly to the right. My chin is in line with my chest. My chest is in line with the outside of this right thigh. Let's take the hands back behind our head. Stay lifted, stay lifted. Set that foot down. Rotate back to center. Inhale. Exhale, lift the left leg. Rotate to the left. Again, let's take the left hand to the left thigh, right hand on your right shin. Again, using our arms to fold us up a little deeper in this chest lift with rotation. Now keep this position. Let's breathe in. Take the hands back behind your head. Stay lifted. Set that foot down. Rotate back to center and lower your head, neck, and chest to the floor. Just take your arms to a T. Cross your right leg over the left and bring your knees to the left for a twist here. I'm taking my left hand on my right thigh here, my right knee, and I'm pressing down into that thigh, giving myself a deep twist. All right, I'm keeping my right shoulder on the floor, getting this opening here. All right, I'll take my left arm back out to a T. Let's pull in with our trunk. We rotate back, cross the left leg over the right, and let's take our knees to the right here for another twist. So my right hand will go on my left knee this time. I'm pushing into that thigh once again for a bit of a deeper twist, okay? Getting that opening here, keeping tall in our spine. We want length, we don't want to be compressed here. Now, right arm to a T, pulling in with our obliques. We uncross our legs. Keep your arms out at a T. Let's lift our right leg tabletop. Again, pull in with the abs, left leg to match, okay? Arms out at that T, legs together in this tabletop posture. Let's take our knees to the right. It's an inhale over. Just like the spine twist we did earlier, only this time, our legs are at tabletop. Now exhale, pulling in with your trunk. We return to center. We take our knees to the left. Keep that right shoulder blade on the mat. We exhale back to center. So getting some good rotation again in the spine. Knees travel to the right, left shoulder on the mat. Pull in with those trunk muscles to return. Take your knees to the left. That right shoulder stays on the mat. Using your obliques to make this movement happen. Again to the right. Pull in with your trunk to return. Again to the left. Inhaling. Exhaling back. Now hold in center. You can keep this same knee bend position, or you can straighten your legs. Same movement. You can take your feet to the right. Inhale. Exhale. And I got my legs fully extended. I got about a 90-degree angle bend at my hip joint. But you can keep your knees bent if you'd like, depending on your hamstring flexibility. Inhaling. Exhaling to return. Inhaling over. Exhaling to return. We go one more to the right. And exhaling to return. We finish to the left. Inhale over. Exhale back to center. Now hold in center. Bend your knees. Relax the heels towards your sit bones, but keep the knees stacked above your hips. Okay. Let's all interlace our hands back behind our head. Take a breath in. Exhale, pulling in with your abs. We lift our head, neck, and chest back up. Let's grab those knees. Okay. So make sure those knees are all the way bent. Okay. But they stay stacked above your hip here. Okay. Staying lifted. We keep that height. Inhale the hands back behind your head. Take the knees away. Touch the feet to the floor. Exhale, pull those knees back. Reset. Inhale. The knees travel away. The feet touch. Exhale, pull the thighs back. Keep the chest lifted. Inhale the knees away. The feet touch. Exhale to pull. Maintaining this chest lift height here. Exhale to pull one more. Exhale, pull. Now inhale the left knee away. Okay, rotate to the right. All right, exhale through center, quick inhale. Exhale to the left. We switch sides, touch that right foot to the floor. Left foot to the floor, alternating sides, head weight resting in that hand, those hands behind us. Okay, Twisting, staying lifted. Inhale through center. Exhale, switch. Inhale through center. Exhale, switch. Let's go one more to the right. One more to the left. Both legs back to center. The head, neck, and chest lower to the floor. One foot at a time to the mat. Hands by your sides. Okay. Let's find that bridge again. Take a breath in. All right. Exhale. Tuck the pelvis under. Let's flatten the low back. Elevating the hips up into our bridge. Okay. So keep that tuck. Elevating. Shoulder blades stay back. Back into our bridge position. Keep the ribs soft. Hold the bridge. Arms working into the mat. We inhale. Exhale, the left leg lifts tabletop. Hold, hold, hold. Now inhale. Touch that left foot to the floor. We exhale the leg back up tabletop. We go again. Inhale. The foot touches. Exhale to lift. Inhale. We touch the left foot to the floor. Exhale. Last 3. Exhale to lift. 2. Exhale to lift. Now 1 more. Lift, hold. Now inhale, take the hips towards the mat. Exhale to push for 5. Inhale, the hips towards the floor. Exhale, push for 4. Inhale. Exhale, push for 3. We get these little hip lifts. That's 2. 1 more. We lift, lift, lift. Set the left foot to the mat. Reconnect through the hips. We inhale and then exhale to roll the spine back down. All right. We're gonna roll all the way down. We're gonna reset our hips back to neutral. Let's take a breath in. Again, exhale back into our bridge, flattening. Elevate the hips back up. Elevating back up. Okay. Keeping the ribs soft. Shoulder blades back. Let's stabilize the body on the left leg. Lift the right leg up, tabletop. Hold, hold, hold. Now inhale. Touch the right foot to the floor. Exhale that right leg. Back up, tabletop. Okay. Same movement. Exhale that right leg back up. Inhale. Hinge at the hip. We touch. We exhale to lift. Last 3. Okay. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. And then 1 more here. Keep those abs in. Keeping the pelvis square. Now inhale the hips towards the mat. Exhale, push with the left leg, reaching the right knee to the sky. Inhale the hips towards the floor. Exhale, we push and reach. 3 more. Small movements here at the hip joint for 2. And we push, push, push. 1 more, 1 more. Drive, drive, drive. Set that right foot to the mat. Hold your bridge. Take the arms overhead. Okay. Palms face the ceiling. We breathe in. Exhale to roll the spine down 1 piece at a time. Keep those arms reaching overhead. Round the low back into the floor. Find neutral. We inhale. Exhale. The hands come up. The head, neck, and chest will lift. Okay. Lifting here. Reaching the arms long past your legs. Stay lifted. Take the hands back behind your head. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the right leg tabletop. Hold. Now point the left foot. Switch legs midair. Keep the chest lifted. Inhale. Exhale to switch. Quick inhale. Exhale to switch. Maintaining that chest lift height. And switch. Nothing else moves but those legs in their hip joints here. Right leg. Left leg. Now as the right leg draws in towards you, rotate the chest to the right. Rotate the chest to the left as the left thigh pulls in. And switch, staying lifted. We switch. Elbows wide, we switch. We switch. 1 more to the right. 1 more to the left. Grab both legs. Come up a little higher. Round the spine into the floor. And let's rock up to seated here. Okay. Seated here. Feet up off the floor. All right. You can either grab down towards your ankles or grab high up towards your knees. We're round in our spine. Let's find our ball posture here. Legs together. Elbows can go out to the sides, actually. That's okay. All right. We're round. We inhale the body back to the base of the shoulder blades. Exhale, we roll back up to seated. We pause. All right. Inhale. Keeping that curvature consistent. Inhale back. Exhale back up to seated. Okay. Whew. Moving with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, pausing. All right. Inhale back. Exhale, really focusing on keeping that curvature. Breathing back in. Exhale up, pause. Go for a few more here. Inhale back. Exhale up. Last two. And we got one more. Moving with the breath. Inhale. Exhale up, pause. Now challenging us. Let's lift our shins up parallel to the floor. Pointing through the feet. You can grab behind your knees here. Okay, so use your arms. Get that flat back position for a teaser prep. Okay, flat back. Abs pull in. Those hip flexors turn on. Just hold. Hold this posture here, legs tabletop. Okay, let's start to roll the spine back. Keep those arms long, shins parallel to the floor. Okay, the low back will touch the mat. We inhale to roll back up to seated flat back. Exhale, round. Doing your best. Keeping the legs still. You can keep your feet on the floor, similar to how we started class. Okay. Can be a bit of a modification. Flat back. Let's go two more. Oh, this is not easy. Rolling back. Okay. Flat back. Last time. Last time. Just one more and we'll get a good stretch here. Keeping those arms long. And up to seat. Let's grab those legs. Let's bring our feet together here. We'll pull those heels towards us. Okay, and we could just fold the spine over those feet there. Separating the knees wide. Take the hands forward. Folding over the feet here. Stretching out our low back. Okay. You can even take your hands behind your hips here and elevate your hips up. Up off the mat. It's going to help add some stretch to those hips, those inner thighs, even the quads, quadriceps, get a bit of a stretch. From there, we'll stack the body up. We'll scoot back and straighten our legs out in front of us here, okay? So legs can be straight or they can be slightly bent. If you're tight in your hamstrings, it's okay to bend your knees, but you can use your arms. Let's all pull ourselves up tall. Interlace our hands behind our head. Let's exhale, pull in with your obliques. Let's go to our left. Rotate your spine in this direction, okay? Inhale, return. Let's exhale to our right. Okay, so those sit bones stay still on the floor. We inhale to return. Let's go to our left, using those trunk muscles to rotate. Inhale, exhale to rotate, going only as far as your abdominals will take you. Okay, now check in with your feet. You can check in with your hips. What we don't want is any shifting in the hips. We just want rotation in the spine, using those obliques, getting that rotation again to the right. And then let's go to the left. Let's all hold to our left here. Let's take the right hand to the left leg. Let's use the left arm behind us here to give us a twist. Okay, so we can push into those hands here. Arms working a bit, giving us a nice twist here. Okay, we'll take the hands back behind our head. Let's go to the other side. We go to the right, left hand to the right leg, right arm behind us here. Giving ourselves a nice twist in the spine. Before we get into some roll-ups here, we'll get back into some trunk abdominal work here in just a moment. Take the hands back behind our head. We rotate to center. Hold here. Let's point through our feet and take our arms parallel to the floor here. All right. Let's take a breath in and then exhale. Let's round the spine. We roll the body back, keeping our arms long. We work each vertebra into the floor, taking the arms overhead. We inhale, the hands come up, the head, neck, and chest will lift, and we'll exhale up to seated. So in our roll-ups here, okay, yeah, I'm gonna scoot forward. We want our legs together. Okay, so we want those inner thighs working. The feet stay pointed. Inner thighs are active to help support the pelvis. We breathe in, exhale to roll back, okay? We round and roll the spine back, keeping those feet pointed. Think of working each piece of the spine into the mat, reaching the arms overhead. It's an inhale. The hands come up, the head, neck, and chest will lift. We exhale up to seated. Deep breath in. Inhale, shoulders over the hips there, and exhale to roll back. Rounding, rolling, low back, mid back, upper back, head, arms overhead. Inhale, the hands come up, head, neck, and chest lifts. Try to really flatten that low back into the floor as you come up. So kind of a trick to think about. We'll go over it again. We breathe in at the top. Exhale to roll back. Okay. As you bring the hands up, all right, inhale the hands up, the head, neck, and chest lifts. Try to tuck the hips under. Flatten that low spine into the floor and roll up to see it. It can help give you a little bit more leverage. Last time here, we'll do one more to seated. Rounding and rolling, okay. Last one. The hands come up, we inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts. The pelvis tucks under. We exhale forward. Now just take the hands forward. Let's find an easy forward fold stretch here. Okay, just rounding the spine a bit. Stretching out the low back, the hamstrings for a moment here. Stacking the body up. Now let's flex our feet, separate your feet about shoulder width distance apart. Let's take the hands out in front of us here for our spine stretch. Again, if you're tight in your hamstrings or your hips, you can bend your knees. We breathe in, exhale, nod your chin to your chest. We round the spine, folding the body at the sternum. Take those hands down towards your heels and then roll the spine forward. Hands past your feet. We breathe in. Exhale. Pulling in with those trunk muscles, rooting through the sit bones. Let's stack the spine back up one piece at a time. We go again. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, nodding our chin towards our chest. We round and roll. All right, taking those hands past our heels. We breathe in, hold at the bottom, and then exhale, pulling in with our abs, rooting through our sit bones. Let's slowly stack the spine up one piece at a time. We go again. Inhale. Exhale. Rounding and rolling, okay? Taking the hands past our feet here. We breathe in. And then again, exhale, pulling in with those trunk muscles. Okay, we really need to use those abs to support our spine as we stack up. Let's go one more. Inhale, exhale. Rounding, rolling, taking the hands past the feet there. We breathe in. And then exhale to slowly stack back up. Now seated here, we're going to interlace our fingers in line with our chest here, in line with our sternum. Now we're using both arms. We're pulling our arms in either direction as we take our hands to the left. So bring those hands, you're going to line them up with your left shoulder and then pull with the right arm to line those hands up with your right shoulder. So pulling in opposite directions here, getting some strength in the upper back and shoulder blades. All right, we're warming our arms up for some upper body work that's to come, okay? Keep the abs in, keep the body still. It's tempting to want to rotate the spine. Pull and resist, okay? Sitting upright, challenging our hips a bit. We're going to do some hip work in just a moment, okay? Include that in the seated position. Let's go one more to our left. Pull and resist. One more to our right. Now hold in center, hold in center. Let's take the hands away, still pulling in either direction. Bringing the hands in line with your navel. Bring the hands up in line with your forehead. Taking the hands away. So circles in this direction. Like I said, we're pulling those hands apart and we reverse. Bringing the hands up in line with our forehead, circling the hands down and around. Getting some work through our rotator cuff muscles as well. All right, last time. And relax, roll the shoulders back a little bit. Let's all interlace our fingers behind our head. Now keep the abs in. Let's lift that left leg up. Bring that left leg in line with your right. Okay, lift that left leg up, take it to the outside of the mat, and then bring it back to where it was. Okay, so getting some strength in our hip flexors here, line the right leg up. With the left, lift that leg up to the outside of the mat and return. Okay, left leg lifts. In line with the right foot, we lift that left leg out and then bring that leg back in. Let's go. Right leg. We lift that leg up to the outside, bring it back in, set it down. One more each leg, just getting some strength in our hip joints here. And return, last one, right leg. Take it away. Pull that leg back in. Now point the feet back together, hands out in front. We inhale. One last roll back here. Okay, rolling the spine back. Okay, now lying down, preparing for leg circles. We'll keep our hands by our sides, pulling in with your abs. Let's lift our right leg tabletop. Okay, straighten that right leg up. Okay, maybe flexing that right foot. Okay, take that right leg across the midline of the body, circle the leg down and around to return. Okay, take the leg out and away. We bring the leg back and up. Abs stay in, circling that leg out and around. Okay, a lot of trunk work here, supporting and stabilizing our spine. It's an inhale to circle. We breathe, and then exhale to circle. Out and around, back up. Let's take that leg to the outside of the body. Circle the leg out and around, we return. Out and around and up. Keeping the rib cage down. Okay, circling out and around and up. Let's go for 3, feeling that quadricep working a bit as well. 2. And 1. Now point the foot, bend that right knee, set the right foot to the mat. Slide the right leg long. Left leg tabletop, straighten that left leg. We're stable through that right leg. Bring the leg to the midline of the body, circle the leg down and around and up. Okay, take the leg out and around, circle it out and around and up. Those abs stay in. Okay, it's almost like we let the leg go and then we catch it on the way up. You can keep that right leg working as well. It's anchoring the hips into the floor. Let's reverse directions. Circling out and around and return. Circling out and around and return. Keep tall in your spine. We want length in our position here for 2. And 1. And pull that knee to your chest. Okay, draw that left knee in. Let's take that left leg across the midline of the body. See if you can set it to the floor on your right side for a deep twist here. Okay, keeping that knee rather high, meaning I want it about in line with your pelvis here. Push into that thigh as you open your chest to the sky here. Okay, you can even take that left arm to a T. Just taking some breaths in. All right, pull that thigh back towards you. Switch legs, slide the left leg long. Take that right knee across the midline. Set it to the floor to your left. Reaching the right arm out to a T. And we breathe. Keeping tall in our posture. Reaching that right arm out. Getting a good twist. Okay. And we'll pull that knee back in. Let's take the left leg to match. Just hug those knees into your chest, rocking the body side to side. All right. And 1 foot at a time to the floor. Let's all flip onto our left side here. Okay. And you could, and then you could try and face me if you'd like, if you need to see what we're doing, or you could, maybe you'll see me in the mirror, whatever works. Let's take our right hand in front of our chest and let's stretch both legs long out in front of us here. And our feet are slightly forward of the body, okay? Let's pull in with our abs, okay? Abs are drawn in. we want some space between our left side and the mat. So let's push the bottom leg up into the top, hiking that right hip towards the rib cage. And then we set the feet down. It's an inhale. Exhale, pulling in with the abs. Think of hiking the right hip towards the ribs. Get that lateral flexion in the spine. And we lower down, leg lifts here, okay? Or side lifts rather. Exhale, hollowing to the midline, setting the feet down. Again, side lift, back to the floor, 2. We go again, side lift, one more. Again, side lift. To the mat. Now we bend the knees, we line the heels up with our tailbone, our pelvis is still, trunk is active. Let's lift that right knee up, keeping the heels glued together, all right? The hips stay still. Exhale, the thigh lifts. Okay, so now getting some external rotation in the hip joint here. We lift and lower, okay, again, and also check, make sure again, we have some space between our left side and the floor, okay? Otherwise, we're just kind of hiking that right hip to the ribs and we're not working the muscles that we really want to strengthen here. Let's go for one more. That thigh, it lifts, keeping the pelvis still. Now pull the knees up so they line up with your hips here, okay? Let's lift that right leg straight back up, okay? Or rather a full clam here, the heels detach, that whole leg lifts up, but we maintain that 90-degree bend in the knee, okay? Keeping our position, abs stay in. Okay, let's lift the thigh up, hold, straighten that leg in line with the body here, and then take the leg back, flex the foot forward, point, reach the leg back. Can you keep the hips and spine still? Flexing the foot forward, point to reach back. We're still getting some work in that right glute, keeping our position, keeping our pelvis still. All right, one more back. And bend that right knee back to the glute clam position here. All right, feet and knees together. Pull those heels back in line with your tailbone. Come on up to your left elbow here. Okay, so in this left elbow position here, we don't want to hang out and relax in our left shoulder. We want space between our left shoulder and ear. All right, we're aligned, neutral in our spine. Let's take that right arm to a T, stable in this left arm. Thread it between that left elbow, left hip, square your shoulders to the floor, and then open the chest back up to the sky for another twist in the spine. Think of moving the body around that left arm, okay, or that left shoulder. One more time, threading it through. Opening, we hold. Hold here, push the elbow into the mat. Let's lift the hips up. We hold, hold, hold. Bend that right elbow. Okay. Now move the body around that left arm, square the shoulders to the floor, open the chest back up in this kind of dynamic side plank. Okay. All that moves is the spine, keeping active in that left shoulder blade by pressing wide. Okay, think wide across the upper back. And then open, 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 and take your hips to the floor. Let's find a figure 4 position here, seated, okay? All right, we're tall, we're upright. Let's take our left hand overhead and we'll tilt our body now. Let's go to our right. And so here we get a good stretch here on the left side of the body. You can rotate to that right leg, using your arms as an assist. We can deepen the twist a bit. And we'll open the chest back up. We stack the spine back upright and we'll switch sides, okay? So I'm just gonna face the same direction and align my right side here. And rest your head on your arm overhead. We can take the feet forward of us a little bit, okay? Resting your head on this right arm. Okay, once again, we want space between our right side and the floor. Pushing the bottom leg up into the top, we hike the left hip to the ribs. and then we lower down, inhale. So it's inner thigh work on that right leg and oblique work on that left side. We inhale down, exhale, pulling the navel inwards, hiking that left hip to the rib cage, and back down again. We lift. Okay, so really feel that left side rib cage activate as you hike the left hip towards it. Last two. All right, that right inner thigh is working as well. One more, we lift, we lift, we lift. Set the feet to the mat, we bend the knees, the heels line up with the tailbone. All right, check in with that space. Once again, that right underside is not quite in contact with the mat. We lift the left knee up. All right, and return. We did those knee dropouts in the beginning of class. Similar movement here at the hip joint. We turn the hip out, getting that glute to work. All right, we lift the thigh up and we return. Okay, so that we get that rotation within our hip joint. Keeping the abs in. It's that outer left glute that activates to lift the thigh. So we rotate, we externally rotate. That knee lifts for 3. We go for 2. Keeping the pelvis still again. 1. Knees together. Now pull the knees up so they line up with your hips. The front of your hips here, we lift that whole left leg straight up, but we keep that 90-degree bend in the knee there. All right, we lift and lower, so we don't rock the hips forward or back. Okay, this adds load to that glute clam we did earlier, and this side might get a little tired more quickly because it was actually working in the previous set. Let's lift that thigh up. Now we hold there. Straighten that left leg out, take that left leg back, flex the foot, we take it forward, point. We reach back, that outer left glute is active, abs are in, point to reach back, flex that foot forward, again, pointing to reach back. Let's go one more forward, one more back. Bring that leg back to return, bend the knee, legs together. Bring the heels back in line with your tailbone again. We come on up to our right elbow. So those heels are back where they were. All right, we're on our right arm. Now check in with that right underside. Flat alignment in our spine. Let's take the left arm to a T. Okay. Thread that left hand between your right elbow, right hip here, and then open, untwist, back, and again, twist, rotate. Okay. And actually, Natalia, you can keep your hips on the mat for these first 3 here, and then we rotate. Okay, and then we open back up. Let's hold here, bend the left elbow so the fingertips of your left hand are on the left side of your head. Push the hips up off the floor. We hold. Now, rotate with this added load on our right arm around that right shoulder and spine. When we return, you use your obliques, actively pushing that right shoulder blade wide. Open back up, keeping your position in your hips. Last 2. Good, good, good. One more. Open, 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 and hips to the mat. Come on up to seated again. Okay. So back in that kind of 90-90 position here. We'll take the right arm overhead. It's a side bend. You want to go to your left now to stretch that right underside. Okay, and then from there you can rotate, square your shoulders to the left leg. And you can get a nice side bend with a twist here, opening that right side. Just taking some nice breaths in. Let's all return back. Let's stack the body up, and we'll get into some prone work here, okay? So on our stomachs, I'm going to turn to face this direction, okay? So let's start with our hands below our shoulders, face just hovering up off the mat, feet about hip width distance apart, okay? Now, it's important we pull in with our abs, okay? We get some length in the low back. The rib cage stays secured to the mat. We inhale to lengthen our head, neck, and chest forward and up, working the upper back, and then we exhale to lower down. All right. Again, it's an inhale. Think of lengthening the spine forward and up. All right. Those abs stay in. The pelvis stays still. We don't hyperextend in the low back. It's all work in our upper back. Okay. Couple more. We lift, we lift, we lift, and lower. Last one. Let's lift up, lift up. Now slide the hands forward. Push your elbows into the mat here, okay? So we press those elbows, we lengthen our head, neck, and chest forward and up. Now, activating the right glute, let's lift that right leg, left arm overhead, okay? And then return. Lift the left leg, right arm overhead, okay? Keep the abs in, the pelvis still, working through that upper back and shoulder blades, okay? Check that your shoulders aren't sliding up towards your ears. Left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg. Keeping our position, we're tall, long in our alignment, okay? Glute, hamstring, shoulder blades working together here. Okay, one more right arm, left leg. Finishing left arm, right leg. And then relax everything down. Let's interlace our fingers below our forehead. Bend your knees and then just take your feet side to side. Okay, get some traction here in our low spine and our hips. And we slide the legs along. Let's push our elbows into the mat. You can separate your knees, take your hips back to a rest position. Arms can reach overhead. Breathing here. Okay. Just really sinking your hips back towards your heels. Getting that low back stretch here. And then we'll come on up to hands and knees. From there, we'll spread the fingers wide. Our shoulders are stacked above our wrists here. We're actively pressing our shoulder blades wide. We're neutral in our alignment. Let's pull in with the abs, round the spine like a cat. Okay, so we get that curvature, tucking the hips under, nodding the chin towards our chest. We stretch that upper back. Now we find neutral in the spine. Okay, and then we lift our head, neck, and chest forward and up. Okay, so you actually want to be pressing those shoulder blades wide, okay? And then find neutral again. We'll round the spine, similar to how we started class. Seated, using those abs to create that curvature. Back to neutral, we go through neutral, lengthening our head, neck, and chest forward and up, keeping the pelvis still. Now hold in center. You can come on down to your elbows if full plank irritates your wrists. I'm going to take my right leg back, left leg to match, holding full front support position here. Let's point our right foot, just like what we did on our stomachs here. Lift that right leg up. We go again for 5, keeping the abs in. We lift, using that glute for 4, extending it behind us for 3, 2, 1, and then we switch legs, 6 reps on this left leg, hiking or not hiking, but extending. Last 4, 3, last 2, keeping that left leg long, 1, and then pike your hips up. We'll find a Pilates down stretch here, okay? So doing your best to work your heels towards the floor, stretching the calves and hamstrings. Head weight can rest between our elbows there. And then we'll walk our feet to our hands, bending our knees deep, grabbing our elbows, holding that forward fold. Let's all take a deep breath in here in our fold. And on our exhale, we'll work our heels into the mat and we'll slowly round and roll our spine up. And you can really, at the top of your stand up here, you can really round through that upper back. Get that curvature in the upper spine, slowly stacking the body up one piece at a time up to standing here. You can do a few shoulder circles here. Okay. Just taking some nice deep breaths in, getting some mobility here in the shoulders. We'll take our arms overhead. Okay. Let's grab that left wrist with our right hand. You can bend that elbow over your head, just an easy side bend to your right. And then we'll stack back up. We can switch wrists, bend, and then again, it's a side bend in the other direction. And then we'll stack back up, arms reaching overhead. You can take your arms out to a T, and then just one more shoulder circle there. And we'll finish for the morning, everybody, okay? Thank you for joining. All right, thank you.